star, I'm demanding a trade.
Wow, ouch, dale papi.
Does the short deal for Kuwait change your view of the Clippers?
Just when you thought Kawhi Leonard couldn't be more of a gangster, now he does another power move and says, 2 years I'll be with the Clippers. We'll see if this works. Hey, I know you traded everything for me, but then I will have the option of getting out of this contract. And in a huge free agent year, when all the big free agents are out there, I can make whatever team I want in 2 years. I still do it if I'm the Clippers. Look what happened for the Raptors, and they got half as much of his time. You stay with this, you see where it works, but I do find it interesting that this guy controls all the terms all the time, and do not lose sight of this. He could have had $221 million with the Spurs. He has cut that money betting on himself. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to go where the power is. I'm going to do what I want.
For starters, I love the fact that he's betting on himself on a short-term deal because it tells me he's healthy, right? It tells me that knee problem was not something that lingered into last season, and all the load management stuff was really just things to keep him healthy. And now he's saying, you know what, 2 years from now, I'll be fine. I'll be getting my $220 million. But I also love that it's Kawhi Leonard doing it kind of like LeBron, but I don't see him staying in LA for any particular reason. He could be the guy that wins a title in San Antonio, one in Toronto, one in LA, maybe 4 or 5 teams, and him lining himself up to be a free agent with all these other superstars leaves that potential wide open. He remains the single most intriguing player in the NBA now.
Are you kidding me? He can leave in 2 years? Maybe they should trade him now. Well, they can. Well,
They
they're
should.
ahead of the game,
You know what? They should do that. That would be funny.
Why not?
Kawhi, you did this to us. Well, we're going to trade you now.
One step ahead.
Is Adam Silver right that superstar trade demands are a problem? Is Adam Silver right that superstar trade demands are a problem for the NBA? A problem?
Yes, go ahead. Please continue.
I don't know. Is Adam Silver right that superstar trade demands are a problem for the NBA?
Okay, I hope they leave all of that in there as my father wrestled with the word problem. This is what's happening here, and it's interesting. To me, it's fascinating. How long did you think that all those old white rich people who own NBA teams were going to be okay with the idea that all these young black men are coming and taking all the power and wrecking teams city to city? I thought this is something that was going to be handled in the next collective bargaining agreement because these owners aren't going to stand for that. And now Adam Silver is out there telling you, look, my guys, the guys I work for, they don't like this so much. And you can't blame them. They're losing some of their power.
And what are you going to do to change that? What are you going to do to give these owners of the middle markets, the smaller markets, more power if you look at around and the fans are happy, right? These superstars are changing places. Everybody loves that. The fans in the respective cities where they show up all of a sudden, they love that as well. And the dollars are coming in for advertising. The fans are showing up. I'm not sure what Adam Silver can do just to make it more level here other than making trade demands actually something that you can fine a player for. And you can't do that.
Here's where we are with this. Basketball has eclipsed all of the sports news in July. That wasn't something that was true before because of how much we all loved these transactions and how much we all enjoyed that weekend with Kawhi Leonard. Because they've had that, basketball has been very popular with us, and the owners do not like that they lose the power in that transaction. It's good for everybody else.
Well, Silver better don't this up before Westbrook gets traded to Miami. That's all I got.
And that's all he's got to say.
I tell you,
That's
don't change
it.
the rule now.
Don't do it now.
Don't do it now.
Not
Wait,
yet.
wait.
Not yet.
Wait till it works out for this guy.
Do you believe that Kevin Durant never even spoke to the Nets before committing to them?
This was a little bit surprising here that the Nets general manager is telling you, look, Durant, I never spoke to him.
Yeah, with the Instagram post that he put out, we were all sitting in the office and we all got that in real time with you guys, and we weren't even sure if we were getting a meeting that night or it was going to be a telephone conversation with him. No, that was the first.
Why would you question that, given that Durant probably had his agents doing all the necessary work, all the necessary conversation so that he wouldn't have to be involved in it, and his agents working on his behalf, knowing exactly what his desires were, set up the construct so that all of this could happen. It was clearly planned. They weren't surprised by what happened there, but the agents could have handled it without Kevin Durant ever getting involved in just doing boardroom shows for ESPN+.
You imagine just randomly going on Instagram and getting good news like that? Oh man, Kevin Durant's coming to my team. Look, it's just another example of the players having the power in this league. They don't even need to go have these teams recruit them. They just decide where they're going to go. Oh, is he going to come back this year? Probably not. The Nets are not ruling that out. That's a mistake. But he goes over there, he finds out, hey, this Atkinson offense, does it work for me? Nah, let's go ahead and change it because Kyrie and KD say so. He decides what's going on there. Kyrie's going to decide what's going on there, and we're all going to see that in a couple of years.
How about this, though? He's saying they don't even have to show up to the meetings. They don't even have to be healthy.
Right.
Well, this is tampering. It was a done deal. They knew that alone, you know. Tampering. That's not allowed in the league.
Wow, he raised his head up like a turtle out of the shell. Tampering. That's not allowed in the league.
These three guys that got together, you forget about DeAndre Jordan and all of this, so and they decided to go to one place. They didn't tell anybody. That's tampering. The league shouldn't allow that. You got to follow the right protocol.
What if the Heat did it?
That's different.
Yeah, that's okay. That would be okay.
Could miking up players in the regular season be a huge opportunity for baseball?
You've got a situation in baseball where you already have some faux intimacy built into the contracts where they allow us some access that tends to be pretty useless in the dugout or with sideline reporters who don't do their job well. But here we have a situation in the All-Star game last night where Justin Verlander is near Freddie Freeman. See if you want some more of this with your baseball.
They're going to tell me what's coming. They're going to tell me what's coming. No, heaters. Here we go. First step ever with the thing in my ear.
Oh, they're using multiple signs, Freddie. Darn it.
During
Taking a
the
heater in my
at-bat.
life.
This is unusual here where
Oh, that was unfair, Freddie.
Oh. No, well, throw strike.
it's not hard enough
Told me
to
to swing
face
the bat.
him.
That was a
got
good
Joe
take,
Buck
Freddie.
in your
Thanks.
ear bothering you.
Thanks, guys. I really thought he was going heater there. Great.
Got him with a breaking ball, Freddie. You're a prince.
I think baseball lends itself to this type of thing more than the other sports, right? You've got football where maybe they tell you right before the play what's going to happen, but you don't get the real-time interaction. Basketball's going too fast. You might get some strategy talk coming out of a timeout, but that's about it. This is gold right here. Just looking at the idea of maybe a base stealer just sort of talking you through what he's looking at if they're willing to do that, of course. Or I want to see a guy get beamed when he's mic'd up and see what happens after that. I think baseball's found some gold right here.
Hey, listen, if you want to hear players talk, just come to one of the Marlins games.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
true.
hear
You
everything.
can just
Everything.
go ahead. You
That's
can
right.
sit
No
in the
noise
right
this
field
stand. That's
bleachers.
right.
It's fine.
That's
You'll
right.
hear everything. That's right.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Taco Fall. Don't get in this 7'7" person's way. Goodwin is 6'2", and he slid right out of the arena.
Taco's not even that heavy.
What did he hit him with? Let's see that again. Let's see that. Yes, that running the break. Oh, dear God.
Imagine your instinct is to get in front of that. Love criticizing dogs' intelligence. Oh, come on.
Wait a minute. No, those are cruel owners. That's not a lack of intelligence. No, those are owners who are jerks.
It's also a live look at Nick's free agency.
Question.
It's just you, I think. You give us topics and events and we question them.
Oh, Taco Fall, my good friend Taco. Do you question if players will keep trying to draw charges on Taco Fall? Oh, Taco, that's my guy.
Okay, I hope they leave all of that
my
in
good
there. He got
friend.
excited about it first on Taco Fall, and then he finished it up with a flourish of getting excited about Taco Fall. Don't get in this 7'7" person's way. Goodwin is 6'2", and he slid right out of the arena.
Taco's not even that heavy.
What did he hit him with? Let's see that again. Let's see that. Yes, that running the break. Oh, dear God.
Imagine your instinct is to get in front of that. There aren't many players that would do that.
Oh, we're missing the big story here.
What's that?
Taco can move.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going down the lane in a way that's not normal for someone that size.
Do you question if Luke Quickley can take it easy on this kid?
Luke Kuechly was taking it easy on this kid. This kid is 11 years old. How did that be Kuechly? I don't know. Luke Kuechly is his name. He's been very good at football for a long time. Let's see what we have here.
You got it, DJ. Uh-oh. Choppy feet.
It's an 11-year-old kid. Is he taking it easy on him?
Oh, no.
Oh, he was not taking it easy on him.
got.
No.
This is why he does not cover wideouts in the slot.
This is. It's. Oh, dear God, Luke.
Sign that kid, by the way. Sign him.
Do you see what happened in the next play?
What happened in the next play? Luke
take him out?
Get revenge on the next play. Yeah. See, yeah. See, there it is. There it is. Come on, Luke.
Oh, man. That's when you know he was not taking it easy the
See,
first
these
time.
guys are always competitive.
Do you question if Lucy Kennedy should be proud of her second place finish?
We're going out to cycling in Italy. We've got a second place finisher who starts here where you see her, not in second place. That's Lucy Kennedy.
Ludwig of Team Bigler on the wheel.
Should she be
hit
proud
100 meters to go.
of the
Kennedy
second
thought
place
she had
finish
it.
because
Voss
oh,
came
Lucy,
off the stage.
you didn't know that was coming
Heartbreak
behind you.
for the
You took your
Mitchelton
ass, you
Scott
celebrate.
That wasn't even that bad. It was just a celebratory fist pump. And then this woman comes from behind so quickly.
Oh,
look
there
at her
it is,
face.
the slow motion angle.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Race in Italy, for having multiple camera angles.
Well, that is not the worst early celebration we have seen. Look at
Yeah,
this
this
guy.
guy, this is a good one. Yes.
Come on, there's a screen. You can see the guy catching up to you.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no, he sees him. Oh, it's too late.
Oh.
It's too late.
Do you question if this dog should be praised for being energetic or criticized for lacking intelligence?
Oh, my father here loves the dog questions around here. Should this dog be praised for its energy or for its lack of intelligence?
I love criticizing dogs' intelligence. Oh, come on.
Wait a minute. No, those are cruel owners. That's not a lack of intelligence. No, those are owners who are jerks.
It's also a live look at Nick's free agency.
That is good. That's a great way to wear out the energy. That might be a great invention to get 2-year-olds to start running around and lose all their energy.
Well, I know someone else who always chases things and he'll never cash.
Not the ice cream truck. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I caught the truck. You guys don't show the rest of this video that has me slathered in strawberry shortcake ice cream.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's never good. That's never good. You know what, though? This only happens during...
The 4 strongest men in the world will take on history's most legendary feats of strength.
We're pulling the Viking boat up a hill.
Let's go!
We wanted to take on the carousel lift that Paul Anderson did on the Ed Sullivan Show.
They'll challenge each other.
If we mess something up, we could be crippled.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami.
Not really.
Sprinkler.
That's like a really slow slap to the face more than a sprinkler.
No, it's going the other way.
No, it's a bad slap.
Yeah, it's a very poor sprinkler, very old sprinkler.
And if it's going that slow, it's probably broken. You need a new one.
Bobby, please breathe. Please breathe. Thank you.
Tonight on ABC, the ESPYs.
Let me tell you how pathetic our producers are. Okay, they're so scared of me putting up no before we started here that me, who has worked at this company for a little while, they just said, hey, Dan, reminder, this is a big ESPN production. I'm not interested in it. I'm allowed to not be interested in it, but here's how they sell it.
It's game time, baby.
Wednesday, celebrate the year's greatest moments in sports live.
You have just witnessed history.
With a special appearance by the World Cup champions, the U.S. women's soccer team.
You're looking at one of the greatest teams in sports history.
TV's biggest night in sports, hosted by Tracy Morgan.
It's live, so even I don't know what's going to happen.
The ESPYs, Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Tracy Morgan Live might be dangerous. That might be dangerous. Izzy, are you intrigued?
Yes, very much so, but mostly because I want to go one day because I would rock a red carpet.
We have never been invited. Poppy should be allowed to give out one of those awards. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I cannot wait for my favorite award tonight. Who got the weakest groin in a sport? It's going to be.
Who would it be?
It's in his name.
Who could it possibly be?
Who could possibly be? That's right. Who is going to be? Nobody else but LeGron James, you know?
There it is.
That's the
Big
guy.
surprise.
That's
Big
right.
surprise.
That's my favorite award.
Okay.
Tonight on the History Channel, the strongest man in history.
I'm sorry, I was laughing because my father just muttered under his breath very masculinely, wow, the strongest man in history. Who doesn't want to find out about the strongest man in history?
The 4 strongest men in the world will take on history's most legendary feats of strength.
We're pulling the Viking boat up a hill. Let's go! We wanted to take on the carousel lift that Paul Anderson did on the Ed Sullivan Show.
They'll challenge each other.
If we mess something up, we could be crippled.
To prove
I do not want to get hurt. You okay? I felt a big pop in my butt.
who is the strongest man in history. A new series premieres Wednesday, July 10th at 10 on History.
This whole thing reminds me of the glory days of ESPN television when they did World's Strongest Man and you had Magnus Van Magnuson out there doing things like that. What do you like here? Is you like it or no?
Absolutely. Listen, it's finally found a sport where you can compare eras favorably.
There you go. They all look the same, these guys,
do.
though. They're all terrifying. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued, very intrigued. But listen, if you want to prove that you're the strongest man in the world, you got to come down to Miami here. Come down to Miami and pick up my son. See how well you're going to do.
Pick him up. Oh, not pick on him. Pick him up.
Pick him
Let's
up.
see
Pick
what
him
you
up.
got,
That's right.
big boy.
That's
What do you
right.
got right
That's
here?
right.
Do you think you can pick this up right here?
Tonight on History, Battle of the 80s Supercars with David Hasselhoff.
Oh, my time. Poppy, do you remember that show, Knight Rider? Do you remember the show?
No, really.
Okay, very good. That's not the best way to sell it, but let's check in with David Hasselhoff.
Get ready for a race so big, it deserves a training montage. Eric Estrada, The Hoff, and Dirk Benedict in the Ultimate Super Race.
Do, baby shark, mommy shark, do, mommy shark, do, mommy shark, do, mommy shark. Papi shark, do, papi shark, do, baby shark, do, baby shark.
Poppy, not Peppy, Poppy.
The stars show out in a World Series rematch with only one place to watch. Dodgers, Red Sox. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
Pull, dip, pop, like it's your J-O-B. Cheesy Bites Pizza from Pizza Hut is back, people. Time to go to work on them before they're gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
We run right into these crises, and we do not leave until normalcy is restored. We'd been working for days on a site in a storm-devastated area. A family pulled up. It was a mom and her kids. Everything they had been washed away. The only thing that brought any kind of solace was the ability to hand her a device so she could call her family and let them know that she was okay.
There for you when it matters most. Join us and get up to $650 when you